Hey, welcome everyone, this is Matt, and I just wanted to cover a few things when it comes to using some different websites, when it comes to, one, determining some property values, and two, finding out the owners of some of these properties. I know I talk about driving for dollars and looking for vacant properties or distressed looking properties, and when you do that you record the address, and then you need to find out where the owner lives, if it's going to be a different address from the subject address that you found, because typically if it's a vacant property, then they live somewhere else, obviously. So there's going to be an on-file tax address, tax mailing address that the property owners get their mail from the county. So this stuff is all public information. It's in the county's tax appraiser websites. So I'm going to go through some of the local websites that we use here: Pinellas County, Hillsborough County, and Pasco County. So I'm going to go through some of those websites and show you how to navigate some of those. I'm mainly familiar with Pinellas County Property Appraiser site since I live in the St. Pete area. So, but the best thing you can do is you can always use Google, type in your county's name, and then Property Appraiser. So, say Pinellas County Property Appraiser. You see the first thing that comes up is this pcpao.org site, which is the one I was just on. So here's usually where I start. So you can do the same thing for Hillsborough County Property Appraiser. So for Hillsborough, it's let's see, the address is hcpafl.org, and then we can do the same thing for Pasco County Property Appraiser. You can see that I've already been there. I'm using Mozilla Firefox web browser, by the way, which I recommend strongly over Internet Explorer. Chrome is good as well. So for Pasco, it's appraiser.pascogov.com. So they're all going to look and feel a little differently, but once you get the hang of it, I think you'll be able to navigate these sites okay. So here's what I normally do when it comes to the Pinellas County Property Appraiser. I use this left column here. I hover over the search or database by address normally. Then it takes you to this page, and you could populate these fields with the address, but it's a little confusing, so I always go to this link here, try our new address search page. Then it just gives you a simple line that you can just go ahead and fill out an address. So let's see if I have anything saved here. Alright, so I've been looking at these properties. So 4200 Elkham Boulevard, Southeast St. Pete. This might be a vacant property that me or Courtney drove by, and we looked it up at some point. So let's go ahead and submit and see who owns the property. Looks like EST means it's in a state. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, so it turns out this person actually lives there. So you can see the address here. This is the site address here on the right side, 4200 Elkham Boulevard, Southeast. And it turns out these people live there as well. You can see on the left side, that's the mailing address, ownership mailing address. So it's the same address. It turns out they do live there, or maybe used to. Maybe they passed away, who knows. But they're still on the same address. You can see down here, homestead. Usually if they live there, if they've lived there for a while, it usually says yes there. A lot of times when it's no, either they've just moved in or it's an actual rental property. So sometimes that's a good indicator. And I'll show you some other little pieces of info to take note of. Property use, you can see single family home. Here is the plot, Lewis Island, Section 2, Block 28, Lot 9. Parcel info. Here's the sales comparisons. That's kind of what the county sees as comparable sales in the area. Evacuation zone A, that's near the water. So that's what that means. Here's the tax assessed value. So actual tax assessed value is right here, $29,900. That's usually a little low. Sometimes it's the same. I usually use this just market value. So $54,900. I think of that as more of the tax assessed value of what it should be. So between this number, this just market, and the sales comparison, you can probably average those two out, and that's probably what the market value is. Sometimes they're a little low. Usually they're never high. At least in Pinellas County, they're not very high. And here you can see where the prices have been over the years. You can see that in 2007, the price was more than double over the price here. So now it's $54,900. Back in 2007, it was $137,000. So you can see how the prices have come down. They kind of got inflated in those years, and now they've come back down to reality. So These are the numbers we use now when evaluating, not the old numbers. Some homeowners may still have these numbers stuck in their head, and we need to talk some sense into them and let them know, hey, this is the market value of your property now. So nothing we can do about it. It's the market. It's not us. We didn't make these numbers up. It's what it says on paper. So these are the facts. So stick with these numbers. You can kind of see the trending of the property values over the years, which is pretty interesting stuff. Here's what they paid in taxes last year. So sometimes that's good to know. And here's another interesting field here: ranked sales. This is the past sales transactions over the years. So you can see the last time this property was sold was in '92, which was what, 21 years ago, for $10,000. And that's an unqualified sale, so sometimes that just means maybe it got deeded over to someone or they inherited it. Okay, so February 27th, '92, it's the last sale of $10,000. Before that, 1988, okay, here we go, 93 actually, sorry. 93 was sold for $55,000, so that's what the owner is into it for, 55. The land info, single family, here's the lot size, and here's basically what the land value is worth if it was just a plain vacant lot. So it's always interesting to know if it's a tear down building. You might just want to go with that number there, just knowing what the land is worth by itself, without any property there. And then here's kind of a schematic of the property. It tells you the length and width of the property, of the actual building. Here's the general base structure. This is the garage. This is a porch. This is a screen porch. Over here, this is good stuff to know. Floor system, slab on grade. That's always good. Exterior wall, concrete block. That's what we want. Fixtures, 6. That usually means there's 2 bathrooms there. If it says 3, it's usually 1 bathroom. Year built. It's always good to know. And it's always good to know if it's a central cooling. Always better than window units, right? And then living area, 1,134 square feet of living area. That's like heated area, basically. The garage is 350 square feet. Front porch, 68. Screen porch, 300. So total covered area is this 1,853 square feet. So good sized property. It's not bad. That's pretty much right what we're looking for. It's probably a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, concrete block. Built after 1950, which is in Pinellas. That's pretty good. Some more information down here. Permit data. That sometimes it tells you if there's been a new roof or an addition or something. Not sure what this fire damage stuff is. It's pretty old. Then here's just a little picture of the lot in the surrounding area, kind of the streets, how it's kind of laid out, so it gives you kind of bird's eye view. All right. Now we're going to take you into Zillow. So here's the best thing to do. I copy this right here. Just do a right-click, copy. Let me open up a new window. Just put it in my Google search tab. Paste and search that particular property. So first thing that pulls up is the Google Map result. The next result is the Zillow.com result. So I like to just go to that, because in Zillow, if you just type it in, sometimes Zillow gets a little finicky. So I just like to search it in Google. But you can do it either way. So anyway, now we're in Zillow. And gives you kind of a front view of the property. Let's see. Sometimes that's not there. Sometimes it just gives you a map view. So it looks like somebody uploaded photos. Maybe this was for sale recently, so that's why there's photos there. And there's my microwave timer going off, because I'm filling up the pool with water. Don't want to overflow the pool. So anyway, real quick, here is the Zillow info. So it does say 3-bed, 2-bath, 1,100 square feet, lot size, year built, last sold 93 for $55,000. And this basically pulls from the public records for the most part. Here's the description. Well built, 321, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage home on a very large corner lot. Lots of room for a pool or expansion. The home is a fixer-upper, not a short sale. Don't miss. So looks like the person was trying to sell the property. Okay. Here's the Zestimate stuff. That's pretty good to look at. It's what I usually go. Zestimate. Zestimate home valuation is Zillow's estimated market value. It is not an appraisal. Use it as a starting point to determine a home's value. You can click on that to learn more. The value range is the high and low estimate market value for which Zillow values a home. The more information, the smaller the range, and the more accurate the Zestimate. So the value for Zillow, they're giving it 72, but there's a range of 47, which means if the property needed a lot of repair, you might want to be on the 47 range. If it was in top-notch shape, updated with everything, you'd probably be going for around 111,000. And then here's a rentals estimate. Sometimes we use that, sometimes we don't. Here's the price range of this home. You can see in 05 through 07, there was a big spike, and now we're coming back down. So it shows the property estimate of this house, of Coquina Key neighborhood, and St. Petersburg in general. Price history, said listed for sale back in about a month ago, 65,000 through Remax. So it's listed with a realtor, so we don't want to deal with that one. This shows the last time it was sold there. Here it shows you prior tax assessments. And here's a very cool tool as well. Neighborhood picture. Here's our property, the one with this little circle pointer guy. And then you can kind of see the houses next to it. This is the house next door. You can see its estimate's 85. The house to the side over here, 95. You can see it's a little bit bigger house. House across the street, if it's got this yellow house on it, it means that's a sold price. You can see it sold back in 2010 for 63. So that's 2 years ago. That doesn't really tell us much. Here's another yellow one right across the street. That one sold in June of 2012, so 6-8 months ago, for 50,000. That was a 2-1, so a little bit smaller house. The one next to that sold 2 years ago for 34.5. So that's good to know. Plus, if you're just looking for an address, say you drive by a house and the house you are looking at, maybe the street numbers are not available or legible on the house, just write down the house next door. Write down that address, and then come to Zillow, put that one in, and just find out what the house next door is. So you can see, okay, that one's 4210 Alcam. The one next door to that's 4224 Alcam. So you can kind of find, like, if you miss the address of this one, if you catch the address of that one, just remember, oh, it's the house next door to the right, and that's the one I want to look up. Okay? Set Zillow. Here's some school information. That's good. Here's another good stuff on the side here. Similar homes for sale. These are all homes probably within a mile radius. So these are the for sale prices. You can click this to get even more. So we'll see what pulls up here. So it shows you all the houses for sale in that area. Excuse me. So the for sale numbers are pretty good. I like the sold numbers. It's even better. Nearby similar sales. So this is what's actually sold. This is what it's sold for. So you can click on this one. Sold in October for 56,000. Not bank owned, quick closing, blah blah blah. Look at that, his estimate was 101 and it sold for 56, so somebody got a good deal. Let's see what the pricing was though. Sold for 56. Oh, then somebody must have rehabbed it and then relisted it for 127. And then the listing just got removed a month ago, so not sure what happened there, but it looks like somebody bought it for 56 in October, probably rehabbed it and put it back out for 127, and they dropped it down to 124.9, and it probably still sat, so they probably took it off the market. So anyway, so that's Zillow. One more thing I want to show you. Here's where we're back to that same property. Here on the right side, nearby similar sales, you can drop down to this link, see similar sales. And this kind of gives you a breakdown of everything that's sold in the area, and you can sort it by date. So this just sold, recent. Actually, that's older. Okay, here's more recent. So January, December. You can search by distance. So this is a 1/10 of a mile away. So you can search it by distance. You can search it by bedrooms or bathrooms or square footage. Usually you want to do it by square footage and distance and sold on date to get the most relevance. All right, so that's Zillow. Some other ones are Trulia. Trulia.com. That gives you a lot of the same information. It's going too slow. Okay, Pasco County. Let's go to Pasco County real quick. Record search. I accept. Search by address. Let's see. Do I have any addresses to search in here? Anyway, I don't have anything off the top of my head, but just search by address. I put in the street and the street name and just hit submit. Hillsborough County. Go to property. Record search. And then let's see which one it is. Okay, it's up here. Property record, address search. Type in the street number. If it's an east-west, just indicate that, the street name. And then if it's like a lane, avenue, boulevard, whatever, hit search. So that'll give you all the relevant information there, tell you the homeowner. So anyway, that's some of the online resources to show you how to find the property owners. So anyway, if you want, you would send a letter or do a person search on these folks and see if they're interested in selling. Send them a letter, say, hey, I'm interested in buying your house, or you can do a white pages search and see if you can get their phone number, give them a call, say, hey, you guys interested in selling, and kind of take it from there. But this was just a quick tutorial on showing you guys how to navigate some of these sites and what to look for. And if you have any other questions, stay in touch, and we will get those answered for you. All right, guys, good luck, and we'll talk to you later. Take care.